Right, the last type of factorisation we're going to look at is the factorisation with the difference of two squares. So what does this mean? You may come across an expression like this: x squared minus 25. There's no middle term. But what we do notice with this term, we've got our x squared term, but here we've got a square number. 5 times 5 equals 25. The other thing to notice is this: it's a negative. So if we had minus 5 times 25, minus 5 times 5, we'd get minus 25. And remember when we were doing the factorisation of a quadratic expression, we found out if that middle term, that x term, was found by adding the two factors that give us the two factors that give us this last term. So if we were to add minus 5 plus 5, we would get 0. So when you have an expression like this is called the difference of two squares, and you would have your x term. We know by the negative that one's going to be positive and one's going to be minus, and this is a square number, so it's going to, in this case, 5 and minus 5. Let's look at another one. So we've got x squared minus 144. Now, we should be alerted to no x term in the middle. We've got a square number here and it's negative, so it's going to be a negative and a positive. And the square number, the square root of 144 is 12, so minus 12 and plus 12. Let's try one that's a bit more challenging, that's harder to see on first looking at it. Now, if you had a problem like this, you're thinking, it looks kind of like a difference of two squares. There's no x term. But 360 isn't a square number. But what we can do is we've got a common factor, 10. So let's take 10 out, so we just get left with this x squared. We want this x squared to be on its own. I'm going to do a different kind of bracket. I'm going to do a square bracket. So we're going to have our x squared minus 36. Now, this looks more familiar. This is what we can work with in the difference of two squares. So let's have our 10 and let's have our two normal brackets. The only reason I put the square bracket in here is just to highlight that we had a difference of two squares hidden within this problem. There was no mathematical reason for that. I just wanted to use it as a kind of a highlighting device. So we're now going to look at this difference of two squares. So we have our x and our x, our plus term, our negative, and the square root of 36 is 6. So plus 6 minus 6, and we've factorised that. So if you've come across something that looks like this, ask yourself, can I remove a common factor so I get an x squared on its own, and I then have created a problem that is a difference of two squares. Hope that helps. Thanks for watching.